This is 10 News Early Morning.
The search continues for two men pulled away from their charter boat in rough seas in St. Pete Beach. A federal judge in Hawaii has put the Trump administration's revised travel ban on hold. And a dog owner is looking for answers after her beloved pup died at a local doggy daycare. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on 10 News Early Morning. I'm Hilary. Before we get to headlines, let's get a check of our weather with 10 News meteorologist Ashley Beatty. And Ashley, we all have our boots on today. It is so cold out there.
Chilly out there. In fact, we've got freeze warnings for Citrus and Hernando counties this morning, where we're seeing 30s and even some 20s. Not that cold for the Bay Area, but everyone warms up later today. I'll have a look at this afternoon's temperatures coming up in about 10 minutes.
The search is still on for a college student who got stuck in rough waters, along with a man who tried to save his life. They went overboard while on a yacht called the Jaguar. They were last seen near Paso Grill. They've been missing now for more than 24 hours. But the rescue crews are not giving up hope that they will find these two men. 10 News reporter Bo Zimmer spotted a sheriff's office truck driving up and down the beach. And while the search continues, many are left wondering how anyone could survive out in the water in the conditions we've been having this week.
As the sun sets for a second straight night, hope fades for the two young men swept out into the Gulf during a charter cruise along the Pinellas Intercoastal. Conditions described as choppy, windy, and rough kept the captain from taking his 71-foot Sea Ray out any further than Shell Key, where he anchored.
That yacht passed me literally 15 minutes before the incident.
Charter boat.
So the question remains, were these students out in the water against the orders of the captain? Harrington, by the way, is calling the charter boat's first mate a true hero in all of this, jumping out into the water, putting himself in danger in an attempt to save one of the passengers. We'll keep you updated on the search. President Trump's revised immigration order is on hold. On Wednesday, a federal judge in Hawaii put the brakes on the president's plan to control immigration. Mr. Trump learned of his legal defeat while on a campaign-style trip in Nashville.
President Trump's revised executive order on immigration will not take effect Thursday. On Wednesday, U.S. District Judge Derek Watson issued a temporary restraining order against two key parts of the measure, including the ban on immigration and travel for citizens from 6 predominantly Muslim countries.
We truly felt that it was discriminatory.
Democrats say weakening fuel efficiency standards will cost Americans more at the gas pump and create more pollution. A St. Pete neighborhood was crawling with law enforcement on Wednesday. They responded to a standoff that ended with one man dead and a Pinellas County deputy shot in the leg. It all stemmed from a fight about donuts. We've learned that the deputy will survive. He's listed in good condition at the hospital. When Pinellas County deputies got there, they say Jeffrey Falsey started shooting at them. A neighbor took photos showing a deputy shot in the leg. He was lying next to a car that had 9 more bullet holes in it. The SWAT team moved in. Luckily, after Falsey's mother got away safely. Inside, they found her fiance, Daniel Kulwicki, dead. Deputies say Falsey killed him with a shotgun.
He wanted her to go get donuts. She wouldn't go get donuts, and he became upset about that. And there's a history between them of domestic arguments and not getting along.
Falsey surrendered in front of the house, and the sheriff says he has a history of mental illness. Still, investigators found several guns they say he got from his father. We've learned deputies went out to the house in January on a domestic violence call. Falsey was charged back then with domestic battery, but his weapons were not taken. A disturbing discovery now in Sarasota County. More than a dozen dogs living in filth and starving. The man who lives there is now facing animal cruelty charges, and we have to warn you, the pictures you're about to see are really upsetting. So deputies found 14 dogs on Ivan McCollum's property in Nokomis. They say some were locked in cages without food and water. They were living in their own waste even. Many of the dogs are so malnourished you can actually see their bones. You can see in the picture there. So investigators say McCollum blamed his own medical issues for not being able to care for them. And another sad dog story this morning in Tampa. An owner is outraged after a trip to doggy daycare turns deadly for her pet. She reached out to 10 News for answers, wondering how her beloved dog Blue could have been killed off property while in the pet hotel's care. The company calls it a tragic accident. But the pet owner tells 10 News reporter Kendra Conlon it's negligence. This is a story you'll only see on 10.
I can't even. I mean, it's just I come here, I don't even want to be home. Elkie Griffin says her house is so empty without her 4-year-old dog, Blue.
He's my kid.
Wanting the best for her boy, Blue, while she took her nephew to Disney, she says she researched area pet hotels, choosing Ty-Vee off Dale Mabry.
It was important because I saw that it was 5-star.
Griffin says she's looking for an attorney now. Friends have set up a GoFundMe and Facebook page to help get justice for Blue. Well, this video will give you the chills. So it came into our newsroom overnight from Alabama. This woman is escaping her kidnapper. So you can see her jump out of the trunk of her own car and run into a gas station. According to investigators, she was held up outside of her apartment. A man with a gun demanded money, and when she said she didn't have any, he forced her into her trunk. He took her wallet and drove around to ATMs withdrawing cash. After she ran inside the store, the clerk locked the door and told her she was safe, but she was so shaken that she grabbed the clerk's shotgun. Officers are still looking for her abductor. Around the state now, parents in Orange County are pleading with school officials to change the name of a new school. So here it is, Innovation Park Middle School, or IPMS. More than 200 people have signed an online petition for a new name. They say this one is a little embarrassing, especially for kids.
What the parents are concerned about is that the acronym for Innovation Park Middle School is IPMS, and it was suggested that our colors be red, white, and black. This is already kind of an awkward time for them. They're trying to find themselves, and middle school students can be harsh.
A school board member said she hadn't noticed the PMS reference when the name was chosen. An alert for consumers today, and parents listen up. This is a voluntary recall that has been issued for battery chargers used to power controllers for the popular Xbox One console. So many of you might have gotten you this for your kids for Christmas. The CPSC warns that overheating by the Energy 2X smart chargers can damage the controller and potentially burn gamers. The chargers were sold between February 2016 through February 2017. From several retailers, both in-store and online. So even if you ordered online, this could be an issue. So if you have purchased one of these chargers, you can contact the manufacturer for a refund. On Wednesday, millions of Northeasterners spent the day digging out. We think it's cold here. Look at this video. A late winter blast left more than 2 feet of snow in many places. And at the airports, passengers scrambled to rebook their flights. Look at all those cancellations. The winter storm caused all of them nationwide, including right here in Tampa. But the heavy snow didn't stop a team of Pennsylvania law enforcement and emergency responders from getting a 23-month-old baby to an emergency heart transplant. Take a look at this photo. You can see the team escorting an ambulance with the child inside, all that snow there. The toddler was already in one hospital but needed to get to another one for the transplant. They were 80 miles apart, and that's a long way to go even without the snow. The team made sure the child got there quickly and safely. Okay, coming up, snakes at a beauty salon. What do you think about this? Well, we'll tell you where you can find this creepy crawly service. And you've seen hilarious viral video right here where the guy is talking on BBC and his kids come in. Well, now you're going to hear from the family coming up next.